Hello there everybody, my name is Adam Cleary. Welcome back to What Culture Wrestling, live once again from a top secret filming location. And yes, there has been a WWE pay-per-view, and yes, some of the people on it have worn clothes, so here we are again. Now, the really annoying thing from the perspective of somebody who occasionally does a video about the costumes that WWE wrestlers wear on shows, the annoying thing for that person would be that the 26th of October is like the worst date to do a show on earth, because it's so close to Halloween that you're thinking about Halloween costumes and you're thinking about all the crazy things you can dress up as, but too far away for you to actually wear any of them. But if you don't believe me, Halloween Havoc is this weekend, and just you wait and see some of the garish attires you see on that show compared to, I'll spoil the video for you now, a fairly underwhelming assortment from the boys and girls on the main roster. Now, when I say underwhelming, I'm talking about the scope and the scale of the costumes, not the volume of them, because pretty much everybody on the show last night wanted to get some kind of message across through the medium of their clothing. So, this being What Culture Wrestling, you know what we like to do about that. My name is Adam Cleary, and these are all the hidden meanings from the Hell in a Cell 2020 attire. Number 7, R-Truth. Alright, I'm going to get this one out of the way first and foremost, because this probably stretches the bounds of the definition of the word hidden, but R-Truth had a visual metaphor in his clothing. That visual metaphor being that he really likes John Cena. Now, I know you didn't miss that one. I know absolutely nobody on earth with eyes missed that one, but you've got to remember, R-Truth so seldom commits to a long-term gimmick unless there is an actual payoff for it. And the fact that he is still doing the John Cena thing, the fact that he is still calling him his hero, still dressing as him, still popping me senseless when he hits "You Can't See Me," means that maybe there is actually something coming of this. He would have ditched this gimmick a long time ago otherwise. I'm not saying that the hidden meaning behind R-Truth's attire is that he is going to wrestle John Cena, but I am starting to think that quite loudly. Number 6, Jey Uso. Now, for all the praise that Roman Reigns and Jey Uso are getting for the storytelling they built in to their Hell in a Cell match, the best part of it, indeed the subtlest, most hidden part of it, if you will, actually took place right before it started. On commentary, Michael Cole said that the white lei that Jey Uso was wearing represented culture, family and celebration, as well as the purity of the love he had for his cousins. And then as he said that, he ripped it from himself. Now, the hidden meaning here is he was not prepared to have Roman Reigns take this one from him. He didn't want to give him this false impression that he was still hanging on to some respect he had for his cousin. He was just going to go out there and fight him and beat him and make him quit, even though obviously he did fight him, but he didn't beat him and he didn't make him quit. And the best part about it is, for all the messages that sends, that symbolic gesture of ripping it away, Roman Reigns just showed how little he cared. Number 5, the Wild Samoans. Now, this one doesn't exactly fall into the category of, oh my god, I can't believe you missed it, you big idiot, more that you just might not be aware of the significance of the gesture. But getting Sika and Afa out at the end of that wasn't to show sympathy for the Usos, it wasn't trying to talk Roman Reigns down, it was to establish him yet again as the tribal chief. Now, they were both wearing a red lei, and they placed one on Roman Reigns, and the red lei in Samoan culture symbolizes power and respect. They were marking him out as not their nephew or their son respectively, but as their equal. All three of them wore the same one, showing that he is now the chief of this tribe. He's the elder statesman in this family. Now, I know you can just watch that and go, oh, it's just some Samoan flower things, they just do it all the time, but the symbolism behind this is really good. This whole thing is, I am the chief of this tribe, I am the head of the table, etc, etc, and there it is, two men who could equally make that claim in the past and probably still make that claim in the present, marking him out as being everything he says he is. This is a great story, and the fact that they're doing little things like this amongst the big things like, you know, choking out your cousin is great. Number 4, The Miz. Okay, right, now, this is one that should be incredibly obvious, but I'll hold my hands up here. I watched the match back this morning, and I completely missed it until I was gifted with Michael Hamflett's supremely good article that you should read every single time they do a pay-per-view on this very subject. I couldn't believe I missed this one, but I did. The Money in the Bank briefcase, indeed all the branding surrounding every single Money in the Bank event and every Money in the Bank briefcase and every Money in the Bank match focuses on money, and the colours of money respectively are green and gold. Hence WWE uses the colours of green and gold in all of their branding and marketing every single time they do a Money in the Bank show or match or briefcase. And what colours was The Miz wearing? Green and gold. Now, The Miz does like to mix up his attire quite a lot, and he's always got that kind of like colour-shifted, metallic-y looking deep colour that's usually blue or red or something. So it passed me by entirely that he was literally aping the briefcase he was attempting to win, that he was willing into existence his forthcoming fortune through the medium of his own pants. That's impressive. In fact, the only way this could have been more impressive is if on the way down to the ring, Tucker literally had a coat and turned it. It's turncoat. It's a good joke. Number 3, Mustafa Ali. Alright, now please forgive us for this one, as it might be just like the tiniest little bit of a reach, but Mustafa Ali, he came out in a black turtleneck. Now, I don't know about you, I don't know about all the tech wizards and nerds and developers you know, but that to me is kind of like a standard uniform for those guys, right? Like, Mustafa Ali, yes, there is the sort of, like, secret spy, espionage, tactical turtleneck. Yes, we all watched the first few seasons of Archer look about him here, but also, does he look like a bit of a tech guy, like a bit of a computer wizard, which, you know, the guy was the SmackDown hacker? Is he trying to say that he's still got that power? We think so, sort of. Now, yeah, alright, it might just be because turtlenecks are quite cool and Mustafa can dress quite well, and there is like a menacing air about it also, but... Number 2, Bayley. Absolutely massive shout out to Bayley, because she always does something for these shows that you can't actually even see on television, and we only get to appreciate it fully when she inevitably tweets about it afterwards. She always shaves stuff into the very short part of the back of her head, and it never shows up on camera, and they never ever make an effort to show it with the broadcast. It's just... I respect that. I can respect a lot of work going into something that nobody sees. Now, okay, so she did just shave a flame into the back of her head, which is like, okay, you're quite scary and a little bit goth, that's cool, but think about it. She is going to hell and back, and in the tweet she promises that she's going to go to hell and back, but also that Sasha is just going to go 3-0. She is saying she is going to enter the very fires of Hades himself, whatever Hades was, and leave Sasha Banks there in the process. So the hidden meaning here is that Bayley's mad and evil. Or also, she could just be saying that if you look at the poster for Hell in a Cell, which is Bayley and Sasha Banks with fire behind them, you could just be saying that that really happened and her head caught fire. I don't know. Number 1, Bayley and Sasha Banks. Alright, so while the Bayley flame hair thing was quite cool, the coolest part of it all was their matching attire that they had for the Hell in a Cell contest itself. Now, the pair absolutely love to coordinate their gear or to do something clever for their really big matches. My favourite by an absolute mile being Bayley dressing like Iron Man for their Iron Man match. And while this one is a little bit more... I don't know, it's a bit more on the nose, this one. It was nonetheless very good. Bayley in all jet black, Sasha Banks in this brilliant pure white. You could not have a bigger visual metaphor for marking the differences between good and evil than you do here, which, as we've established from her Mad Hades thing, Bayley is evil. Now, it would be really nice to imagine that these two sat down with both Roman and Uso and decided, oh, let's all do the same thing. But Jey Uso's white attire had its own meaning, and Roman just always wears black. So I'm not going to let myself imagine there's this cool shared universe where all the really good storylines are having matching gear to make us pay attention to them both. Anyway, that's by the by. This clearly was a reference to the good and evil, the eternal conflict between the two. And I will also say this, it does make them both stand out really well against the all-red backdrop of Hell in a Cell. Like, how better to stand apart from the frame in which you are having the match than to dress in the opposite contrasting colours of the match. And actually, just to go back to that idea that they all had this collaborative, let's have the good guys in white, bad guys in black outfit, it does kind of symbolise the similarities between the two stories. Like, Roman and Uso, they were blood, they were closer than friends, they meant everything to each other, and now they are going to war, whereas Bayley and Sasha, they are not directly family, but they might as well be. So there's a lot of similarities there, away from just what they are wearing. So, there you have it. Those are all the hidden meanings behind the attires from WWE Hell in a Cell 2020. Hey, maybe you've been watching this video and some news videos and some other videos and have worked out the hidden meanings behind our set dressing. I hope not. Anyway, let us know what you made of it all in the comments below. Of course, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Get me on Twitter at Adam Cleary, Clery. I forgot I was doing this video, otherwise I would myself have worn something which would have popped you all, but this is just a jumper. In the meantime though, thank you so much for watching. I have of course been Adam Cleary. I've already said that, and I'll see you soon.